Hello everyone, happy World Collage Day. I wanted to celebrate by asking folks on Instagram for some prompts. So this first prompt is scattering joy or scattered joy. So I went through and I just looked for a bunch of things that screamed joy to me. A little rubber ducky, this pool scene, some flowers, some gems, all kinds of really fun stuff. So I decided what I was going to do is have this kind of houseboat floating in the pool. And as it's driving through the pool, it's going to scatter flowers and gems and lovely things that make people smile. So I cut out the rubber ducky just for some added whimsy because I thought he was cute. I cut out this lady here so that she can be taking pictures on the side of the pool and capturing all of the joy that is being scattered. And then you'll just see here, I had gone through kind of my stash of things that I had cut out or set aside. I always like to give myself extra options. So rainbows, stars, balloons, gems, all kinds of fun stuff, just in case I found a spot for it or thought to integrate it in any way. But I'm going to go ahead and I cut a little slit here so that it looks more like the rubber ducky is in the water and slid it in there. The ladies on the side of the pool, we've got the boat in the pool, and now I'm just trying to space out the flowers to kind of make them a little bit, spread out evenly there. And I'm adding all kinds of rhinestones and gems. I also tucked into sequins. This is not usually my cup of tea. I'm not a huge gem and rhinestone and sequin person, but it seemed like the joyful whimsy of this piece kind of called for that. You almost certainly will never see me use glitter because once you use glitter, it never goes away. Feel free to comment on the video and let me know your thoughts on glitter. But it's just, I love the sparkle sometimes, but gosh, if I'm not finding glitter in my hair or on my face or on a fingernail or in really random places for months or years after I use glitter, it would be an absolute miracle. So you see me here just scattering a bunch of gems. I wanted to have bigger things kind of in the foreground and then start to kind of taper off in size as they get further away from you, the viewer. It didn't work out perfectly that way, but that was my intention, and it worked out okay-ish. So just pearls, gemstones, flowers, sequins. I used, for the sequins, I did use super glue. A little bit messy, but when things have some kind of heft and they're more 3D, I've generally found that that's the easiest way to attach things to paper. But if you have some other ideas, please let me know. I've used glue dots in the past. The problem is if it's not the right size, sometimes other things get attached to it. So there it is. That was Scattering Joy. The next prompt I'm attacking here is Crazy Quilt. So I went through my stash and I grabbed a bunch of random scraps of paper, things. And you'll probably, if you're a collage person, you'll probably find that it's very rare that you throw things out, even if they're small or in a weird shape. And it's for things like this. You never know. There's a really good chance that you're going to find something that just kind of is perfect for it. This piece that I'm playing with here is just a piece that I had painted a piece of cardstock, kind of a sage green, and then I layered all of these stickers that were like woven fabric, because I was playing around with texture one day, and it's just a scrap that I had, and it actually looks like a hill. So I was thinking it would be great to incorporate it into the rolling hills of this collage. Up at the top, you'll see all of these different blues. I'm just kind of playing around with what I want the sky to look like. But here I'm going to start working in that little hill that I was talking about. And then I'm going to trim it and incorporate it elsewhere on the other side as well, so that we have that portion kind of worked in throughout. Just layering my my pieces here and tacking down the windmill, etc. I was really fortunate to find these pieces that already look quilted, which is really great. These images that were printed. Then I'm just playing with piecing the sky together. In my mind, I'm thinking, approach this like a quilt, like a crazy quilt. So it's okay for it to be very patchworky, and I guarantee you it's going to be a little bit cattywampus as far as shape and size go. I am not the best anyway in general at being a very particular person as far as like straight edges go and making sure that everything is perfectly straight and all of that jazz. I'm more of a just kind of like do it and have fun doing it kind of person. I used a bone folder to go over all of these layers and just try to help kind of smooth them out and make sure that they're tacked down. I don't have a brayer, but that's another great option if you're a collage person. And then I decided to go around with a micron and just do like a tiny kind of hand stitch design as a border, just to really reinforce that quilting concept. Then I'm just going to sign it and date it, and Crazy Quilt is done. Next is space, but hot. So I cut out a bunch of different pieces. I was kind of playing around with this beach theme. So we have a bunch of scantily clad ladies like with beach balls, and I cut out a tiny sandcastle because I always love a hint of whimsy, and I thought that was kind of a cute little addition. You might notice me occasionally use a rubber cement eraser. The reason I do that is I'm almost always using double-sided tape for tacking things down, and that helps. So that's it for 2026 World Collage Day. Thanks for joining. Please like and subscribe if you get a chance. I really appreciate you watching. Have a good one.